going to talk about what is usually referred to as the inner monologue, but which is an enormous field of everything that is happening to us, which are not the words we're saying.
Yeah.
Everything else that's happening in our mind. And it's so much, and it's so unexplored, and it's so everything from, I mean, this is everything from Nobel Prize winning sentences in our head up to down to I'm going to kill you. Yeah. And the thing is, someone said that there are 3 mysteries, unsolved mysteries left. And that's the universe, it's the big C's, and it's our mind.
Yeah.
We don't know anything, and we're starting to understand more and more. And people are researching about it a lot now. But it's completely, it's a mystery. Right. So, but the most important thing is when we deal with this kind of thing is to be incredibly open. It's about being totally open and almost ruthless to ourselves, really understanding that, talking about, or we're not talking about me, that I'm bad, I'm prejudiced, I'm boring, I'm aggressive, I'm all these things that I don't want to be. The moment I start to try to put a filter on myself, on who I am, that's the moment I will also not be recognized as a whole human being for an audience. So it's got to be, I got to be so completely honest, almost like ruthless to myself about who I am and what I am and all the things I am. I gave you an exercise today. Yeah. So the first in 3 parts, it's in 3 parts, and the third part we're going to do now live here. But the first part was just listening to yourself when nothing else is happening. How was that?
15 minutes is a long time.
I know.
Just sit down and listen. But it was actually, I enjoyed it. It was quite nice to just encourage my mind to just float. And I went back in time. I went forward in time.
Yes.
I was criticizing myself. I was nurturing myself. So it was really like a conversation, but internally.
Yeah.
And I was really like focusing on like, okay, what is going to happen? And for a while, some really strong thoughts came to mind, which really just made my body start doing things.
What kind of thoughts?
Was sex.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like sexual thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a lot of things happening.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, and then the second part of this exercise was to listen and watch someone who was talking for 15 minutes. So how was that? What happened then?
It was similar.
Yeah.
Except that it came from someone else, and I was listening to an actor who was talking about her process for preparing a role, and she said something like, I wanted my character to be nothing like me, and I was like jumping and had an immediate reaction to, because I was like, what and why and how? So I was like confused and wanted to know more about what she meant by that.
Yeah. So what was the difference? You said it was similar, but what's the difference?
I guess I guess there's something to do with when I see someone else do talk and move their body, I jump onto it sometimes, and then I take distance from that person.
Okay, why do you do that?
Or when that person like took a distance, I wanted to do it as well, because I didn't feel the connection.
Mm-hmm.
And that sort of moving in and out toward another person is something I don't do when I'm on my own,
No,
because
of course
there's
not.
no one in front of me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to do the third part. Have you got a pen and paper there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're going to do the third part of this exercise. Write 4 different words that you can put markers behind. So the first one is me. And then the second one is bored. And the third is connected. And the fourth is sex.
Okay.
So what I want you to do now is, because I'm going to talk for 15 minutes now to you.
Okay. Yeah.
So I want you to have a pen and paper, and I want you to note every time you think about yourself, every time you're bored, every time you feel connected, and the last one is when you think about sex.
You want me to write that down when I think
Just write the mark, but every time on all these 4 categories. Right. So yeah. I got up as usual this morning, and then because I was going to take DJ to his dog carer today. So I just wanted to finish. So God, it's only 7 minutes. I've been talking forever. That's really funny. So I thought this was going to be 15 minutes now. It isn't. And I'm boring you to tears. I know that. So yes. So what am I going to talk about? Yes, and I'm going to. Then I went. Okay, I carry on for a bit, and so I watched 2 more episodes, and then my dog carer phoned. She was gonna. Now it's time. Okay. Right. So that was my 15 minutes rant.
Wow.
Okay. Good. So how was this?
I felt very connected to you. Those are most points on connection, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't that bored, to be honest. I was bored sometimes.
Yes.
But let's see, I was mostly connected and had a lot of thoughts on sex. I was mostly bored when you weren't really sure what to talk about. You know? As if it felt like you lost the connection with your story.
Yes.
And then I was like drifting off as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice to hear your day.
So there's a few things I want to talk about this because it's so which I'm going to come back to when later on is that a thing that we usually do is that we think that we have the inner monologue going the whole time. We don't. When we are connected to someone, we don't have an inner monologue. We have an inner monologue when we are, for some reason, self-conscious about things. So then when we're bored, or when and of course, when we think about sex, and when we think about ourselves, those are the times when we are, when the inner monologue come up. But if we are connected, or if we are really driving our objective, and if we are connected, there is no inner monologue.
But when I'm connected to you now, or when you talked, I still had images as I was connected to you.
Yeah, but they comes from the connection. It's not. It's about what I'm talking about. So that those are the inner objects. It's not the inner monologue.
I get it. Yeah. They become really living inner objects in the moment. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's it. So it's not like, so if you would be having your inner monologue going at the same time, that means that you would be disconnected.
Yes.
Yeah. So inner monologue. So that's a mistake to have an inner monologue going the whole time. You have it at certain times when you feel disconnected. The other thing I want to talk about as well is that you usually think about sex 20% before you think about anything else. I talked about this before. It's Patrick Carnes, the sexologist, who says that we are so wired to sex that we think about sex before we think 20% of time before we think about anything else. We think about that because and we value every, if we see a person for the first time, before we even thought about it, we have valued if we want to have sex or not with this person.
Yeah.
That's our first evaluation.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we want to have sex with someone. And then, because that's how we are. We are highly, highly, highly sexual creature. And that's going to be, of course, it's going to be part of the inner monologue a lot. Now, what we're going to do is, because the sexuality always comes from the person that's here and now. Sexuality is here and now. It's a physical, it's a body thing. So what we're going to do, we're going to do separate. So we're going to save that until next time. Sexuality, because it's going to come from the allowing, and that's actually the best way of letting go, is finding your sexuality in the scene. So the inner monologue, which is this big thing. Now, this is the things that we don't say, because if we said it, we wouldn't win our objective. We wouldn't get what we want. We wouldn't get our needs met. So it's a lot of stuff. And we also, as we talked about before, we have an inner monologue where we are alone. As you had when you were sitting there, you had a full inner monologue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, a vivid inner monologue. And the thing is, when you're alone, monologues are usually very, very vivid. So it's the matter of urgency, how vivid our inner monologue is, actually. So if there's no urgency at all, which those 15 minutes, you had no urgency at all.
No.
So it became completely filled up with lots of stuff. Now, if it was really, really, you had to do something really, really urgent after these 15 minutes, if you were to do something, for example, go for an audition after these 15 minutes, and you just found out, your inner monologue would have been completely different. I'm going to take this example that I'm using for myself. If I had 15 minutes to drive, my mother is 94 and she needs medicine. And if I have 15 minutes to go to her to get her medicine, and if it's a blizzard outside, and I can't see which it was the other day, I couldn't see the road because there was so much snow, and so I'm driving, and I've only got 15 minutes for some reason to get to her, and I'm driving there, then I have no inner monologue apart from where I'm going. It's just here and now.
Yeah.
It's just what's happening minute to minute, second to second to second to second to second. So that's also something to think about when you are working on a scene. Where is this, as how urgent is the matter? It's always urgent. I mean, the scene is always urgent. It's about urgent things. But how urgent is what's going on? So how much in the monologue is happening here?
I mean, I'm thinking right now of what Hitchcock said. It's life with the boring bits cut out. So as you say, it's always urgent, but how urgent? And the question is like, where is my mind really?
Yeah,
right
where
now?
is your mind?
Like, what kind of inner monologue is going on?
Yeah. So how urgent? I
mean, it's not. I mean, well, in one way, it's life and death because it's about killing, but it's not the shower scene we're doing now.
It's not the shower scene.
No, so it's not that urgent.
No.
When I think of it, I actually say it in the script that why don't you sit a little while just for talking, which I think I've got plenty of time because I mean
I think you've got plenty of time.
Yeah, because nothing is going on here anyway. I mean,
yes.
we have the whole night, really.
Yes, you have. Yes, I think so too. And I think it's important that you do have your whole night. And I think it's important that I think you really want to go into your inner monologue.
Yeah. I don't want to stress this.
No, you want to have your moment. So that's something that we need to think about before we do a scene. Now, what's important, of course, is that we can't have a character's inner monologue, because that is like that's sort of then we're thinking the inner monologue, and that's then it becomes all an experience in the head. It's got to come from us, and it's got to come from the person that's in front of you. We talked the last session. We talked about that the three the last session are the alignment sessions about the facts that are happening right here and now. So this is about you, and it's about the person that is sitting in front of you. It's not about a character. It's not about what you think that you should feel. It's about what you actually feel. It's about what you actually see. It's about what's actually happening.
But where is my substitution in this?
Substitution is not here anymore. Substitution is something we do to have the emotional baggage, to get the emotional baggage of the scene. It's not going to be there in the end. It's to make a relationship. Substitution is there to make a relationship having a history. So having the relationship with the actor that's sitting in front of you have a history, even if you never met them before. That's so when you created that, then you have to let go of it. And so now it's as I said, it's about the alignment. It's about what's real here and now. But in your preparation, it has to be there, because otherwise it will just be completely shallow. But you will also have to let go of it, because otherwise it will just be in your head. So the job now is to get to the substitution and to the inner objects, and to prepare yourself with the shit you put yourself into and the space and everything, and then get out of it. Because this is about listening to yourself for real and to the other person.
Yeah, as we did with the exercise, you talked and I just registered what was going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's about doing that. It's about registering what's going on inside of me right now. So if it's real, it's going to be real for us. Because if it's your real registration of what's really going on inside of you, then it's real. But if it's something that you think you should feel at this moment, because the character should feel this at this moment, then it's just going to be a construction in your head. And then you're losing us immediately.
Yeah.
As you, when I was not connected to my, when you talk to me, when I was not connected to what I was saying, then you lost connection to me and was bored.
Yeah.
So that's the first necessity, be totally connected. So now, have you got your things ready?
Yep.
Right. Okay. So, listen to yourself.
Oh yeah.
Just listen to yourself. Do something.
Yes.
So talk about what's happening inside of you.
I feel nervous and.
Yeah. So talk about that. I feel nervous. Yeah. So that's why I feel nervous. So that's why So what are you doing?
That's why I was gonna give this to you.
Give you a glass. Why? But why are you giving me a glass when you feel nervous?
Because I don't want you to see that I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I want you to fall in love with me. So I am. Yeah. I'm covering it up.
So say a line.
It's all for you.
How do you feel? Listen, how do you feel?
Now I feel better.
Yeah. Feel good about it. Yeah. And the last, you're very kind. I said you were very kind.
Yeah, that feels good.
Me? Yeah. I'm sitting here saying to you, yeah, nothing else happening. That you're very kind.
Yeah.
No acting. That's just what's happening.
That's exactly, yeah.
So let that trust. Yeah, listen to me. You're very kind. How do you feel now? How do you feel? Because I can see you feeling sad.
Yeah, back to vulnerable again when you said that.
Sad. I could see the sadness on your face.
Yeah.
So that makes you do something, doesn't it? So how can you connect to me?
Picking this up again. I wanna have a toast.
A toast, yes. Yeah. At the same wavelength. That's an upping toast.
Yes.
What kind of toast? Yeah. And that's why you're saying
it's all for you.
Listen to yourself. How do you feel now?
Stupid.
Yeah. So that's why I'm drinking. That is good. Because your body wanted to drink. So drinking is a way to pep yourself up, to get some power back. You're drinking.
And I want to continue this. I have
Yes.
more to give you. So, well, I'm
Up, down,
not
same
happy.
level.
I want to up you now because
Yeah, so up me with it.
so I'm not hungry. And then
So what can you see in me?
oh yes, what it feels at least is that
Just breathe in it. Breathe in. Breathe into it. What do you feel?
I'm not getting through to you
Mm.
at the right now. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
That's so I feel that I want to open up, like be
Yeah.
here.
So that's why I'm saying.
Go ahead.
And then I eat.
I say that you eat like a bird, and I want. I feel completely naked.
Just say it again.
You
Look at
eat like a
me.
bird.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
Talk to me. It's just me.
You eat like a bird.
You know, of course.
No, not really.
Listen to yourself.
Yes.
How did you feel then?
Right now, I feel very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So say to me, not really.
Not really.
To me.
Yes. Not really. I hear that expression that one eats like a bird is really a falsity. I mean, a falsity because birds eat a tremendous lot.
Talk to me. You were saying a line there. Just talk to me. Just nothing's gonna. I mean, you're not gonna mean anything with this line. I know it's. Just say it. Just say it now. Just say it.
I hear that expression.
Just let it fall out of your mouth.
I hear that expression that one eats like a bird is really a falsity. I mean, a falsity because birds eat a tremendous lot.
How do you feel now?
I feel so stupid.
Good.
I don't know anything about birds. My hobby is stuffing.
Listen to yourself. How do you feel now?
My hobby is
How do you feel? How do you feel?
Okay, yeah. It felt much better to drink. It feels much better when I'm holding this.
And how are you feeling now? At this particular moment, not 15 seconds ago, exactly right now. How do you feel?
Like an idiot.
Good.
My hobby is stuffing things.
How do you feel now?
Happy?
Yeah. My hobby is stuffing things. Say it again.
Yeah. My hobby is stuffing things.
Just say me. Tell me. Don't say the line.
Yes. Okay. Yes. My hobby is stuffing things.
Yeah.
Okay. Taxidermy.
So how was that? How did you feel about that?
I felt open. I felt connected.
Yes, good.
And
so
also
how are you feeling now?
Vulnerable.
Yeah, so go on. Taxidermy.
Taxidermy. I guess I'd just rather stop birds.
Now you started to act. At that moment, you were starting to become, you were starting to close off from me, yeah?
So I'm just gonna say it, that I feel like a complete idiot. And my hobby is taxidermy. Taxidermy. And I guess I'd just rather stuff birds because I hate the look of beasts when they're stuffed. Foxes and chimps and all. And
just say one thing. I just hate to look at beasts when they're stuffed. Okay.
I hate the look of beasts when they're stuffed.
Tell me something you hate, you will.
I hate sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now say I hate
the look of beasts when they're stuffed.
How are you feeling?
Like
pick it up. How are you feeling?
Stupid, naked, and bad.
How do you feel in relationship to me?
I feel connected.
Mm-hmm. Tell me that. Right. That's something I
don't know. Some people even stuff dogs and cats. I mean, I think only birds look well stuffed because they are rather passive to begin with. Most of them. It's not as expensive as you think. It's
now you're starting to act.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were starting to act. Why were we starting to act there?
Because it's like I think that I should take responsibility over something. Like I should make something out of it.
Yeah, don't.
Do you know what I think? I think that we're all in our private traps.
Now you're holding back. So what I want you to do again, do this again without this pregnant pauses. Just
Okay.
That's what it goes.
Okay. Do you know what I think?
Now
think-
there's a pause there. Don't make it any pause.
Ah. Do you know what I think? I think that we're all in our private traps, clamped in them, and none of us can ever climb out. We scratch and claw, but only at the air and only at each other, and for all of it, we never budge an inch. I was born in mine. I don't mind it anymore.
There you did something that you were collecting yourself, you were closing off before you would say, I was born in mine. Could you feel that? Yeah, you were separating yourself and not connecting.
Sometimes when she speaks that way to
Now
me.
you started to act again.
Oh yeah.
So you're thinking that you should feel a specific way?
No, yeah, well, I think what I'm doing is I'm not trusting myself to.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. So you're making yourself feel in a specific way because what's the way you want to feel. It doesn't have to be in a particular way. This is why I'm pointing this out.
Okay.
You don't have to feel in a particular way. You should ask yourself how you're feeling and go with that.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm going.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm running through my inner work still.
Yes, that's what you're doing.
I shouldn't do that. No.
Not at all. Not at all.
Like an institution, madhouse. So people always call a madhouse someplace. Put her in some place.
Okay, so we're gonna stop now.
Okay.
How was this?
Should I put it like really let go of my own thoughts and my own just fuck my version of it and my idea on what this is. Don't think at all about what anything means and just
thinking of just listening to where you are right this particular moment, not what you were 5 seconds ago, not where you should be, but where you actually are.
Exactly. That's such a relief to like own it in a way.
Yes.
I am where I am, and that's how it is.
Yes, exactly. And to use exactly where you are as an actor. That's the inner monologue, not the inner monologue of what the character should think or should feel, or what the inner work is. It's about where you are exactly right now. That's when I can connect to you as an audience, because that's what I see happening.
Yeah.
And then you're truthful to me. So this is also something that's to be really strict with yourself. And I think this is something that's practicable. And I think this is practicable. And you think you practice by meditating. I think you practice by doing mindfulness and doing these kind of exercises that I made you do today.
Yeah.
About really being with yourself. Yes, so it's getting really close now. So next time it's about allowing now completely, and about getting this last ingredients in, which is the sex. To really emphasize that, that's what we're going to do next time, and to finish this off.
Nice.